Wrong button. What are you doing, crazy boy? What are you doing? Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. Are you tearing the apartment apart? Huh? Are you tearing things apart? Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. How are you all today? How are you all today? How in the world has autofocus got turned on? Stop this. Stop this shit. Okay. Yo, what's up, Jack, Kaiser, Coexist, and Frankie? Welcome all. How are you all this fine day? Welcome, 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 welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I gotta turn the air down. It's hot as fuck. Working and lurking. Okay, okay, I like to hear that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How are you all today? Jack's watching hour. All right, get up here, crazy. All right, say what you gotta say. Tell him. Tell him what you're trying to say. Get your message out there. Yeah, tell him. Tell him. Tell him how insane you are. Tell him you're crazy. Tell him you're a crazy boy. You want a treat? Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let's do this thing. Let's get to dying. Let's get to dying. Oh. Okay, okay. I hear an animal. Should we kill and cook that thing? Looks kind of like we should. Looks kind of like we should. Oh, it's the other way. Damn. Okay. Well, I suppose we will go after this thing. Where are you? TRMZ playing a map called Avalon might be a good one for you to check out sometime. Seems less rain at least. Ha! That does sound great. Does sound great. Is it just this one dude here? Perfect shot. You know, there's a map you can build an exoskeleton on and then not deal with stamina. Hey, stop! I want stamina. I just don't want it to be as punishing. We got one steak from a perfect shot. As a matter of fact, I think I'd even be fine with stamina taking longer to regen. Oh, I hear a bear. God damn it. What in the hell? I like stamina. I just don't like having a pixel of it whenever I feel like. So, okay. The argument would be, yeah, you would be very fucking, you know, if you're holding 3 guns in this case, I'm holding 3 guns, I would be fine having no stamina. Like, okay, that's pretty fucking insane. Sure. But holding 2 guns, you know, the argument could be made. It would be heavy. It would be cumbersome. It would be, you would have no stamina. But it's just the way the game is where you kind of really need to have 2 guns. So there's like a balance to strike between gameplay and realism at all points in all things in the game, right? And also, running around is like your main mode of transportation around a giant fucking map, right? So you gotta be willing to compromise a little, I think. People still need to get around. Oh, God. So, just make it weight slightly less punishing, and no punishment for rain. And I think it'd be fine where it's at then, personally. The realism argument is tough to make because in gaming, like in real life, if you have this giant wilderness like this, you're not sprinting across it, right? You're just walking. But in gaming, it's just never going to be that way, right? People are always going to sprint as much as they possibly can. It's just one of those things where gaming and real life will always be different in that regard. Yeah, there is that like argument that you could say something along the lines of you should eventually over time like grow your stamina or whatever. Like I think I would be fine. Okay, if you really really wanted to lean into realism and stamina in a better way, you basically only allow one. If you're going to punish that much for carrying multiple weapons, you allow one weapon on your shoulder and then like one weapon in your bag or hands or whatever that you swap between. No other weapon on your shoulder. Then you're forced to walk most of the time because you have a stamina bar that's mostly full slightly depleted based on weight, and it takes stopping for a while to recharge it. So basically, you're forced to just walk at all times and save your sprint for scary situations. If you're trying to go the realism route, that is how you would have to do it. I think it's fine as it is, just be slightly less punishing. Although, again, these like side ideas would be cool to test in a mod. How's it received? How do people feel about it? That punishment of stamina would be not received very well at all. But you choose one or the other, realism or game balance. I don't know if I put this canister in here when it's hot, if it will pop. So I'm just waiting. Because I don't have room otherwise. What's up, Fonzie? One second, guys. Sorry. Just got an email I need to respond to really quick. Damn, this cooking pot's so hot. Fuck it. We're testing it. Okay, sick. I'm assuming that's because I was so cold. But I do have meds, so we're fine. I'm not exactly certain how to get back to that camp that I was at, but I think I'm gonna go back there and loot that again. Trying to tell, okay, by the town, I think it's this way and then maybe a little bit left. Or there was a new map being added, could you confirm? Yeah, although I guess the time, nothing about it at all has been confirmed other than, you know, the teaser for the new map was shown. I guess most speculation was around August, I believe. Okay, yeah, I think it's over here. Somewhere. I'm slightly off, I think. There it is. Wait, I think. Yeah, okay. Oh shit. Is that the same bear? Maybe I looped around. Whenever going past the bear would have been straight. Okay, hunter's jacket we don't want. Don't need the hat. Binoculars we don't need. Got some. A little bit of food. We'll take that. PU scope. Don't want that. There's a military sweater, like the one we have on. Actually, let's toss this and pick up this. And I will just go ahead and activate this. Try our best to stay warm. $308. Okay. I doubt I need as much as I have now, but I'll hang on to it. Another shemagh. Don't need. Pants. I'd rather keep the ones that I have. I just need a repair kit for them. Or tape. Okay. Not too much. Let's get away here. I'll drink these sodas. I guess while we're at it, we might as well wring out our clothes. Should hopefully help us warm up. What's up, Crown the King? How you doing? When you say really good stuff. Bullets and guns. Interesting. Gathering shit up to head to the cabin for 4-day weekend. Just bought a bunch of new fishing lures. Nice. That sounds great. Hope you have a great time. Okay. I'll be honest, I need to find a mag for this other sniper so I can maybe drop the Savannah. Let me look at it, by the way. I'll have to go somewhere and shoot it. Just so I can make sure I do before I die with it. I think I've seen the mags before at Chopper Crushes. I don't know if they're at Tizzy as well. I want to say I've seen them at Tizzy, but I'm not sure. Where's that going on? Sounds like maybe Lopatino. I can't even render players that far. There's someone up here. Rip. That's how it be. That's how it be. One second here. I was thinking we might hop on my other character and try to get the night vision on him, but I'm not sure where he's at on. Hmm. Let me see if I can figure that out really quick. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can. How I even figure that out. I think we're probably just going to have to end up making the run. I don't think that information is stored anywhere. Maybe it is though. I just don't know. Anyway, I guess we just take a guess and hope that we were right. Which I think is probably not going to happen. Wow, wow, wow. The Pope is selected, huh? American Pope. Oh my God, I actually guessed right. Holy shit. Love to see that. That means we're at the airfield. And we can go straight to trying to get night vision. Only have 2 guns? Yeah. All right, so we need to kind of scope this out really quick. Don't see anything there. Nothing here so far. I do see at least one crate up. One of the green crates that spawns night vision. Whether it has it, we don't know yet. Okay, well, I don't see anything, but definitely does not mean they aren't here. I think we're about to YOLO this and try to find out. I also don't have an MVG strap, so if I do find them, we gotta go get one of those. Damn, I think there might only be one green crate. Oh no, there's a couple. 3 of them. Okay, come on, baby. There's an optic for a DMR. Don't need that. Don't need any of those mags. MP5 suppressed, don't need. Probably got swapped in for something. Drum mag, PU scope, don't need any of those. DMR mag, don't need that. Okay, no night vision. Unlucky. That's how it be, that's how it be. I would like to take these water bottles, but I don't know if I have room. Let's see. Maybe not the best spot to eat, but we could make room if we did. At least a little room. If I eat one more, I think I could get both of them. Okay. Now let's do this and this so we can just insta pick up bottles and we should be good to go. Wait, where was the other one? Am I insane? I think I'm insane. Maybe there's only one. Anyway, actually, let's grab this. Sorry, this. So we can take the ammo out of it. All right, we might YOLO across the airfield here. To see if there's another crate over here. Oh, here it is. Duh. Wait. Oh, accidentally picked up. There we go. Well, I don't see a green crate over there. There's a VSS. I don't think I want a VSS. Yo, what's up, Jummy? How you doing, dude? SKS. Well, I guess there are a couple things we could do. Could drop off the side of the hill and see if the convoy is up by Grishino. And there's not a whole lot of stuff this guy needs. As soon as I sent that message, a guy walked in, wanted 15 pounds of flanking ribs, 10 pounds of sliced pork, belly, 15 boneless ribeye steak, and 4 thick cut bone-in pork chop. Wait, and you cut up all that fast? Or you already had the order, like, mostly taken care of? Cut it. Damn. That was quick. I don't know if there's a spot up here that I can sit and see if the convoy is up or not. I'm assuming no. But maybe if I cross into this tree line here. There's a dead zombie down there. Oh, shit. All the way down in Grashino. Hearing shots really far away, like maybe Starry, I can't tell. Let me see if I can spot this person in Grashino. I'll be honest, I'm not sure the timer on dead zombie bodies. Like if this person could be way gone out of Grashino already. Or what? There's the body that I saw. There's two more bodies. So they might have already left town. Unless I see more zombies up somewhere, I'm assuming they probably already left. And I just barely missed them. I mean, they could, that means they could be going to the airfield. Yo, what's up, Flying Dutchman? The convoy isn't up. Vanilla setting is 6 minutes. Okay. I would assume that they aggroed these zombies on their way leaving town. If I had to guess. Going this way. No, I didn't see anybody. I'm just seeing these dead zombie bodies. Oh, zombies are up. I'm very curious why. Wait, and now they despawned? What? What in the world? Did somebody like log in and then log out? Oh, never mind. This one's here. So wait, did these get aggroed then? Why did they disappear? Okay. Was that somebody shooting a zombie, or was that two players running into each other? I can't see down there very well. I'm not sure how I want to play this. Because I feel like there's somebody on the other end of town too, right? Unless they ran over here and then just got shot. I'm not exactly certain where that shot was. I don't know if it was here on the end of town or if it was like off in the tree line somewhere. And I'm seeing nothing. I mean, whoever it was definitely had time to like run away before I got down here. So it's possible they did, but if they shot a player, I would assume they were taking time to loot. Oh, I just saw a barrel. Right here. Damn. This kind of sucks because if there's somebody else on the other end of town, I can't see them. Kind of wish I was still up on the hill. Very far away now, just shot again. Well, pretty sure that was the same person. I am not chasing after them. But I am going to go check this barrel really quick. Oh, it's a fire barrel. Okay. Wow, Fonzie. Wow. Wow. Y Sub and Ria, thanks for tuning in. Damn. Kind of wish I didn't come down now. I mean, I kind of felt like if there was anybody in town that they would have come after the shots as well, but maybe not. I don't think I knew that mushrooms could spawn in the field. first ever U.S. Pope. Wait, really? That is interesting. Wonder why that is. As in, I wonder why after all this time they went with the U.S. one. Things like that end up being like a bit of a tradition, right? Where they're a bit hesitant to, you know, even as Jummy says, U.S. hasn't been around that long. They still kind of like broke tradition a little bit. I don't see the zombies over here anymore. I don't see any zombies anymore. Wait. Okay, never mind. I guess it was that guy. I guess what happened was he just ran through town and went up toward the castle. All the zombie bodies over here are gone. So I just barely missed him. FLX, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. You haven't made your name known, no one would vote for you. So a bit of like a popularity contest. There's got to be more than that as well, right? Like, surely they aren't voting for people they don't like. But then again, I don't, or like feel that represent their values or whatever. Then again, I know fucking nothing about Catholicism, so I am very ignorant of on the topic. They drink their god's blood to gain powers, is what I understand. That makes sense. So, anybody that knows this depth of the topic, is it like everybody that wants to be Pope says, "Hey, yo, consider me," and then they go about it, or do they just fucking choose you, maybe whether you like it or not, and surprise, bitch, you're the Pope? Bad thing is, I was raised crazy Catholic, but forgot a lot of what needed to happen. Kind of feel out of it when I got tired of hearing, if you're not giving enough money, then you're not really Catholic. Had some really good people pass away and kind of got angry about it. Don't blame you, dude. I mean, that's a whole nother rabbit hole that we can get into maybe one day about religion. But the U.S. Pope mixes the blood of Christ with the white monster. People are saying similar to John Paul II when they picked him to take a stand against the USSR, but I'm not a Catholic, so I don't know. Oh, so wait. So this guy has like values against what's happening in like Russia and Ukraine, and they kind of picked him because of that? Is that what you're trying to say? More that he disagrees with Trump. Oh, okay. I would assume they basically any pope from Europe would also be that way. So that's kind of surprising, unless they're trying to say, "Yo, this guy is from the U.S. and disagrees with Trump," so it makes him even more like. Important or whatever. Oh, I see what you're saying. So at the time that John Paul II was picked, it was picked to kind of make a statement about that situation, and then this guy is being picked kind of to make a statement about this situation. He chose him because all Latin America Cardinals backed him and lobbied him with others, combined that he was one that Francis wanted as his successor. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know any of this stuff. So that's interesting to learn. One of these days we're gonna get a VAL running. One of these days. All right, well, maybe we get up here on our spot and chill for a little bit. Scope things out. This is not the spot yet, but I need to, before I get too exposed, try to wring out my clothing. So is there anything like major that happens now that a pope is chosen? Does this guy come out and put some like statement out about how he sees the future of the church and blah blah blah? Or is it just kind of like it's all done? Like all of the big points that would be focused on by the media and stuff is kind of done now. Well, the next few weeks probably is expected to be a continuation of the previous pope. Okay, so not really much is changing then. I have no idea about this pope shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care that much. I haven't been keeping up with it. But it is kind of like interesting to now that things are kind of finalized or whatever. The drama part ahead of this I really didn't care keep up with, but obviously the guy has like a significant amount of like power in the world. So it is interesting to like know what the result of that is. Can't take a guy seriously who dresses like a wizard. Yeah, I guess certain traditions die hard, right? Oh, he was already second in power. Okay. No way people still watch SNL. Yeah, I used to watch a good amount of it back in the day. Like Will Ferrell times. Will Ferrell on SNL was, my God, that shit was hilarious, dude. But I haven't been interested in it anymore, really. I feel like I'm not. There are not any people that I really think are super hilarious. Well, it's not. Sorry, it's not a majority of people that I think are really hilarious anymore. A lot of the skits. Like, I think some skits that have Keenan in them are still pretty fucking funny sometimes and stuff like that, but I'll just wait till I see one upvoted really high on Reddit and then I'll watch it, you know? A skit. All downhill after Sandler left. I think I'm going to be way in the minority on this one. So don't hate me, guys. But I've almost never found Sandler very funny. Almost none of his stuff. I mean, I'm glad for the people that do, but I know these are the kinds of things that made me understand that my humor is so narrow. The things that I really find hilarious is so narrowed down that I guess I'm just like a stick in the mud. Comedy isn't the same as it used to be. Yeah, it is like a weird time, right? Where we have collectively reached a point where we're us as humans, we're trying to like figure out a lot of social issues. And they're so on the front of everyone's mind that some of these, all of a sudden, so many different areas have become like untouchable to comedy, which is kind of strange, right? But I'm a very big believer in absolutely everything at all times can and should be made fun of. Comedy's made to, you know, make us laugh and get us through rough times. Now, I agree with the point somebody was making earlier in chat, or not earlier today, but like last time we talked about this, where, you know, when you spend a bunch of time punching down, then that's not good. And there are certain like loose guidelines that the comedy world should definitely follow, but I'm pretty forgiving of comedians, even ones that I don't like. They're gonna mess up. They're gonna take heat for some jokes. They're gonna learn. They're gonna improve. SNL has always been pretty unfunny to me. Even the old classic skits people love are meh. Really? Man, Will Ferrell on SNL. I watched all of that like multiple times because of how fucking hilarious I felt Will Ferrell was. Now there were some misses for sure, but my God, some were just. It's so funny. I think what really would get me is whenever Will Ferrell's was so hilarious that he was making the other people in the skit laugh, and that that's good. That's good shit. Reality is the new satire. Phew. Not wrong there. Not wrong. Buddy, get down. Get down. Actually, my favorite recent SNL person was Fred Armisen. He's funny as fuck. Yes. Yes, I agree with that. That was probably the end. I was still watching SNL then. Not live. I almost never have watched SNL live, but I'd watch it afterwards. And yeah, while he was still there, I was still watching. But after him, that's probably about whenever I stopped watching as well. Yeah, Bill Hader had some good stuff. I think the guy that actually cracks me up the most these days, that's more like, I know he's been doing stuff for a long time, but I've only like recently seen him, mostly because I'm just not exposed to a lot of stuff a lot of times, so I'm a little slow to pick things up. But what's his name? Is it Bergazzi or something like that? Like Nate, I think, something like that. That skit where he's on SNL and he's talking about, you know, like pounds and stuff like that. That was so fucking funny to me. Talking about the metric system, yeah. He's just really good at that, you know, dry delivery that I think I end up really liking a lot. Yeah, the George Washington skit, yeah. He's a good one who stay as PC as possible, but still funny. He knows how to do it. Yeah. Yeah, apparently he's been at it for a while. There's not a lot of modern comedians that I like. Like, even, you know, whenever, like, fuck, what's his name? Jon Stewart. Whenever he, like, went away for a little bit and a bunch of people, like, came up and, like, there was, like, a change in almost all the night shows and everything. And almost all of them sucked. I'm like, dude, these people are not funny. But I know that's all like matter of opinion shit, right? Again, I've realized over time that what I find funny, my level of humor is like very different than most people. Even like some of my close friends, they watch, God, what is the name of that show? They talk about it so much and they love it. I think it started on Netflix. A comedy show with the fucking guy who does the drive-through, like 50 burgers, 50 fries, all that shit. What's the name of that show? Tim Robinson. That's him, right? I think you should leave, yeah. And I've watched that so many times, and I'm like, I just can't. It's kind of like Key and Peele. I thought Key and Peele was hilarious, but almost and SNL does this too. Almost every one of their jokes goes just a little too far. If they would have ended it just a little bit earlier, it would have been perfect. But then they just have to go just a little bit too, drag it out a little bit too far. And now I'm like, okay, fuck. Why'd you do that? You kind of ruined it for me. Have you seen the one with his hat? I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, at first, a lot of that his stuff is like the premise is really good. Like when he does the drive-through thing and the 50 burgers, 50, and but then it just drags it on too much and it like starts to kill it for me. And then I'm like, okay, well. I'm still waiting on Jummy to chime back in and say who he actually likes. Wait, Chopper? Oh my god, that is so far. Holy shit. Yeah, who you like these days as far as comedians? Okay. Looks like I left at a great time. Holy shit. I think it was the last time I walked through this fence I hit a mine, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. Well, I'm gonna head out this way anyway. I need to get away and dry out, probably. Man, I hate to do this, guys, but I think I'm gonna have to end the stream soon. I've got a bit of an emergency I need to handle today. Haven't really busted up from any. You're not busting from any comedians. Tim definitely got me pretty good because I didn't know what I was getting into. One of the funniest things I've ever seen was Liam Neeson on Ricky. Wait, how do you? I forgot how you say his last name. Gervais? Is it like Gervais? Something like that. Anyway, shows Life's Too Short and the outtakes. Really? Okay. Interesting. His deadpan comedy was fucking insanely good. Really? Okay. Well, I do like people that are really good at deadpan. So. I think that is officially the furthest away chopper I've ever heard, too. So, I'm not sure where it's at. I don't know if it's the one up at Tizzy or what. More 308. Damn. Somebody met the end of the line here, huh? Oh, shit. Is that it? That's surely not it, right? That sounded way further away than that. Maybe this is a different one. I don't even know if I've ever seen a chopper crashed here before. Well, I am in not a great position to go down to this. I had to go all the way across the fucking wide open to get down there. Well, this should definitely be interesting. Anybody in that town is getting gassed and trying to run out right now, I guess. Well, it didn't get all the town. It only got a portion of town. The main chunk of town is back there, so... I guess we need to keep our eyes peeled on our way down if anyone's trying to come over. think I'm just gonna cut down from here and hope for the best. I feel like I wish I don't know. I feel like I find better guns on convoy crashes, which sucks, man. I wish that they would change that around. What up, Jack? How's it going, dude? Comedian I like right now is Sebastian Maniscalco. I'll have to look him up. I don't know anything about that person. Maybe I've heard them before and I just don't know it. Wait, do I not have a sharpening stone? Oh, shit. What's up, April? Yeah, Nate, we were talking about him a second ago. I would say that Nate is like the dude that I've really been enjoying lately. I haven't watched all of his stuff. I hate watching comedy stuff on YouTube because then it just takes over my entire algorithm. And then it's nothing but comedy. And it's a bunch of comedy I don't like usually. So it feels really weird. Maybe I just need an alt YouTube account that I actually watch comedy stuff on. I didn't know he's clean. If he's clean and that funny, that makes it even better. Like, holy shit. You gotta be insanely good to be clean and that funny. Yeah, Shane Gillis is kind of hit or miss for me. Like, it's, some of it's like, okay, that's a little too far, but some of it's pretty fucking hilarious, like, really right on the border of shit, you know, and like, it's funny because, I see Shane sometimes at this bar that I go to. Oh, Bill Burr. Why didn't I think of Bill Burr? Fuck yeah, of course. Bill Burr is a fucking legend. I love him so much. Damn, I'm kind of tempted with this NBC stuff to actually pick up this giant bag and... Maybe let's look into it and see. Venture in, maybe. Saw a clip of Theo Von and Cat Williams, and he called a black duck mallard Luther King. Wait, black duck mallard Luther King, and almost died. Man, I think the thing about Theo Von that really gets me is he's not as in a good way, like as in he's dumb as fuck, which I guess is an appeal for some people, but I hate when people that are really, really, really dumb are also kind of like, how do I say this? Influencing things sometimes. You ever approach him and tell him he's hit or miss? No, I do not. I've never even tried to go up and talk to him. I let people have their peace usually when I see them. I don't think I've ever approached anybody. Only people I ever approach are like if I go to a gaming convention, it's somebody that's like along my same lines, you know, kind of thing. I don't think it's a bit. I don't think it's a bit because of his podcast. Like I feel like it's not a bit. At least not full on. Like it maybe partially, but like as quick-witted and as good a timing as he has sometimes leads me to believe he knows what he's doing and pandering a bit. I think there's a difference between, like, people can be dumb and also, like, funny. You know what I mean? I think he's both of those. Well, not usually funny, but funny sometimes. And also very dumb. All-time GOAT, Norm Macdonald. True. That is true. Can't beat the GOAT. Norm is good. You mean was. Rip. Well, I look stupid as hell with this giant bag, but we're going to do it because I think I'm going to try to go into the gas with this guy. Since I just found these two pieces, fuck it, you know? Give it a shot. Probably not today, because I need to go get more pieces, but... I will always love Dave Chappelle. I think Chappelle's show was incredible. But his latest stuff has been really, like, what the fuck are you doing and what are you talking about? It's not... I don't know. I think I have to go back to the airfield and loot the MVG crash to try to get more pieces. Because what I need, the mask, I need the jacket and gloves. Yeah, Cat was okay to me, and then he had that weird instance with him like trying to fight the little kid or whatever, and then I'm like, okay, fuck this guy. Bo Burnham. I don't think I've heard anything from him in a long time. Damn, I feel so stupid running around with this giant bag. Holy shit. I was wrong, by the way. I thought you couldn't. It does block some, but not as much as I thought. DDD got worse. Well, you probably didn't need scans to tell you that, huh? You probably knew that shit already. I think a lot of that shit, I don't know, I kind of cross my fingers and hope for the best when we're at our age where like you do have some serious stuff going on already, but like we're not old to where shit's just gonna just start really the wheels are really gonna start falling off yet. So hoping that we get some big medical breakthroughs, you know, I keep crossing my fingers that we're gonna see a cure to cancer sometime soon, these kinds of big things. And, you know, love it or hate it, might end up being something like AI that cracks the code on a bunch of the stuff for us. So we're potentially on the edge of a lot of that stuff being better. Been reading headlines about absolute miracle drugs and stuff for the past 20 years. Not one has actually come out. I mean, why is my knife not on my bar? I think the mRNA vaccines are pretty miracle when you think about it. But maybe that's like the only one. We start some physical therapy for 6 weeks. Hope to build some straighten up around to help a little. Bring that home and continue those exercises. Yeah. I think you got it. Okay, my knife is not on my bar. Where is my knife? What the fuck? Oh, did it get ruined? It might have been ruined. Shit. HIV is basically cured. Definitely a miracle one. Yeah. That is pretty miracle and something that doesn't get talked about enough. I mean, I guess if you want to like say, technically it's like not really, but also it's like kind of, right? Not cured, but you can just basically put it on the back burner. Something else is going to kill you before that does, probably. As long as you keep taking the medicine. More tape. We're definitely going to take that for now. Problem with medical fixes and drugs is if it's going to stop the cash flow to big pharma, they ain't going to push it out. That's the biggest issue with American healthcare right now. I'm not quite that lost in skepticism myself yet. I do believe that it's very corrupt. And they're lobbying. But I'm not that lost in skepticism where I'm believing they aren't actually going to cure people so that they can make more money. Also, I have big time hope. And what's coming up. It may take time, but I have hope that a lot of shit is gonna... I mean, it's either gonna change, start changing now. Maybe not exactly now, but like in a few years. Or it's gonna get worse, and then it will change. I believe that everybody eventually will get mad enough in the country that shit will fucking change. It's just a matter of how long that's gonna take. Oh, no. I know healthcare is corrupt, and I absolutely believe that. I know, lots of lobbying, lots of, insurance bullshit, all of that. I 100% know all of that. I've seen lots and lots of information and data on that. I'm just saying I'm not quite bought into the whole they're trying to keep us sick to make more money. I don't think it's that far. I mean, I think it's more along the lines of, insurance scam, basically, that whole thing. We could go down a lot of holes, but too much plastic and everything getting us sick. Exactly. I don't think it's them trying to get us sick or them being like, you know, I don't think these companies are trying to get us sick. I think that they're doing what they can to make things cheaper and to make more money for themselves, which means they find the loopholes in the laws and use chemicals and stuff that they can use, whatever they can to make things cheaper so they can make more money. I believe in that, but I don't believe that they're trying. I mean, maybe, and I'll be, whenever I see evidence otherwise, you know, I can easily change my opinion when the time comes. I just don't, I'm not that far in myself. I've seen a video of a guy talking to a hospital that they took their daughter to, and their insurance wasn't taken, and the bill was $600, and the hospital fixed the claim, and insurance was taken. The bill changed to 1.7K. Exactly. Yeah, a lot of that kind of shit going on. I think all of us have heard of like a ton of stories of that kind of information, right? Talking from experience, companies pivot on trends and government. I don't believe companies nowadays intentionally do bad shit, not because of morals, but because of visuals. Oh, I know companies do bad shit. If they can get away with it. They're not like... It's not like... Bad shit as in I'm trying to kill you or make you sick, but bad shit as in... We do this one thing. It's gonna make us X amount of money. Like, even, wouldn't you say, like, illegal shit is bad, right? I would say that illegal shit is bad. And plenty of companies try to skirt that line with like, okay, well, this, we know this is illegal and we're gonna be fined X amount of money for doing this illegal thing, but can we make more than that fine will be? Yes? Okay, then they do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with you there. I do think plenty of companies intentionally do bad shit. I guess it really just boils down to what your definition of bad shit would be. How's it going, Wileka? For example, my father-in-law was moved hospitals after his heart attack from one side of Jacksonville to the middle to the main hospital. They didn't use a medical helo that wasn't under his insurance, and they tried to bill my mother-in-law $50K for it. Yeah. I mean, I would say there's probably some excuses along those lines where it's just a ton of different a ton of different people that have really bad communication internally, right? I'm not saying every case. There probably are some cases that they're trying to basically scam people, but it's probably also at the same time a lot of like just bad communication between departments or lack of communication that could fix a lot of that shit too, you know? That's why in the UK we fight against privatization of NHS. I feel a state wants it. Hang on to it as long as you can. That's for sure. Okay, guys. I hate to do this, but I have to end a little early today. Some stuff came up that I have to take care of before businesses close. So there's a chance that I would come back later tonight for like maybe a Tarkov stream or something. But I'm not sure. We'll see. So don't hate me. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for tuning in. Yeah, we'll be back at it again tomorrow. So hope you guys are having a great Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. TGIF. Have a good one, everybody. Later.